Segon, Deganawideh, welcome. This is the re-indigenization of individual and global consciousness. And we want to just start with the Thanksgiving here. Thank the source, Songwai for all that is and all our relations. So, blessings. Nyawagoa, Skanagoa, Songwai Garanagoa, Nyawagoa. Nyawagoa, Garanagoa, Skanagoa, Songwai Nyawagoa, Nyawagoa, Nyawagoa. That was a blessing in Mohawk for all our indigenous peoples on the planet, for we all are one. There's only one of us here. We're all native to the earth. The blessing was to our creator, or one creator, the one source, the one light, Songwai Tizo, as we say in our way, and thanking him, her, for the great law of peace that Deganawideh, the Peacemaker, brought to us, and thanking him, her, for all the goodness that comes to our hearts and all the gifts that are coming to us. We're oh so grateful for all these gifts, and we're so grateful even for this life here as a two-legged human being, an unkwehumwe, as we say, a true-hearted being. The path that we're all walking is the unkwehueneha, which means the good red road with a good heart, an open heart, a vulnerable heart, an empathetic heart, a heart that feels for and pulses for and beats with the one heart, the one mind, the one drum of all our relations on the planet. That includes the two-leggeds, the standing ones, the flyers, the swimmers, the walkers, the crawlers, all of us here as one body, one being, one heart, one mind, one drum, as the Shinkawiko, or Crazy Horse, has said. So here we are, and I'm going to share with you a number of things about why it's so essential and meaningful. In fact, perhaps the one most critical thing for us to do on the planet, other than saving some fresh water for ourselves, which we all need, and growing our own food, and reclaiming the need to keep Mother Earth alive with all her resources so that for many generations to come we can survive here. The one great thing is to learn to indigenize your consciousness. No matter what religion or ethnic group you're in at this point, or were born into in this present life, the oldest and the most remaining powerful, positive human roots on our planet, going way before any of the major world religions we have now, which are only a drop in time, are the earliest tribal cultures of the indigenous First Nations of the world, the ones who came with the shamanistic spiritual tradition, which is still present with us today, and re-emerging in the global consciousness of all generations, particularly the young ones, the millennials. There is a sense of value and respect for all our relations and all beings. There's a sense of kindness and empathy and compassion for all our relations that's emerging in the global consciousness of young and old. All the colors, the rainbow colors. This is a time for creating bridges everywhere. The rainbow bridge, which is a prophecy now coming true, is the rainbow bridge between the spirit world, the blue road of spirit, and the red road of the earth walk here that we're all on when we're in this body. This rainbow bridge means many things. The rainbow bridge means that all the colors, the skin colors of the earth, are welcome here as one family. The rainbow flag has been adopted, as you know, by all the international gay and lesbian community. the two-spirited people in our indigenous way, to acknowledge the fact that we're all one. We all have a role to play. The many facets of being human that the Creator made us to be is really essential for us to be respectful of and kind and supportive and acknowledge our differences, and therein is the strength of our human family, our one heart, one mind, one drum, one human family, one eagle feather, the white eagle feather of truth, peace, love, freedom, and respect. What I'd like to share with you are the 7 sacred teachings of all the First Nations. The version that I have put out is a version called 7 Sacred Teachings with my good friend David Bouchard, an eminent author, Métis Nation man here in Canada, or Kanatakan as we say in Mohawk, and recipient of many awards. I'm going to read to you from this. You'll see here on the front cover we have Dendrea, who is the white buffalo woman, or sometimes called the white buffalo calf woman. It originated in many different of our storylines, our cultural lines, among the Lakota Sioux, and among Anishinaabe, and among many other tribes as well. But we today call her, among all peoples worldwide, in the 21st century and beyond, the white buffalo woman. Let me read you her words in the foreword to the people of the world. Long ago I heard my children cry. 4 days later I took on the shape of a white buffalo calf. 4 days after that I went to them. And over the next 4 days I taught them sacred songs and dances, and I taught them the 7 sacred ceremonies. I taught them the sun dance. I taught them to fast. I taught them the sacred and traditional ceremonies necessary for youth coming of age. I gifted them with the peace pipe and taught them how to use it. I taught them the ways of the medicine wheel. I taught them to seek their paths to the good red road by reaching out to me through the vision quest. And I taught them how to build and use the sweat lodge. Today in your daily practice you can use prayers, smudging, sweetgrass, fasting, and just connecting to and listening to in your heart of hearts Dendrea, the great white buffalo calf woman, to Grandfather Universe, Father Sun, Grandmother Moon, and our Earth Mother, and all our relations. In this book, we went through the 7 sacred teachings that basically are worldwide, and so we're honoring all the First Nations of the world here while we're reading perhaps a Turtle Island version of this. We'd like to acknowledge and receive our sisters and brothers in all First Nations of the world. And remember, whether you are presently an Indigenous person born into it in this life or not, everyone's blood runs red. Everyone is native to the earth, as my spiritual teacher has said. And therefore, we are all native to the earth. We're all indigenous. And it's time to re-indigenize our soul, our mind, our feelings, and our consciousness as one mind, one heart, one drum. The first of the 7 teachings is humility. All these values which we can be and have and live and act upon, it's more about a beingness, a becomingness. You will all know what the meaning of the words are, so I'll simply read you some great text by some very famous native spiritual masters on each of these different 7 sacred teachings and qualities. Humility. Here's a quote from Tecumseh, or Tecumseh as we say in English. We all walk this good earth road as creatures of our one Creator. The rising and falling of the sun each day, the seasons, the gifts of food, shelter, love, and friendship are there for each of us in the one circle. If you cannot find the way to be grateful in your heart, the fault lies within you. The second teaching is honesty. And here's a quote from Goyatle, or Geronimo as we know him. Honesty comes when you learn to be fearless with yourself. When you speak and act straight from the heart, the Creator will give you love and strength to say and do what is right for you in every moment. Innocence, curiosity, and openness will keep you honest. The third sacred teaching, respect. And here's a saying from Hinmaton Yalat or Chief Joseph of the Nez Perce Indians as we know him. If you want to live in peace with all our relations, you will be able to do so when you treat all creatures alike with respect. Give them all the same consideration, kind consideration. Give them all an even chance to live and grow. All our relations were made by the same Great Spirit. We are all sisters and brothers after all. The fourth sacred teaching is courage. And here Victoria, a wonderful Apache as well as Geronimo was, has this to say on this. Every struggle, whether won or lost, strengthens us for the next to come. It is not good for people to have an easy life. They become weak and inefficient when they cease to struggle. Some need a series of defeats before developing the strength and courage to win a victory. The fifth, is wisdom. And here we have a quote from Tatanka Yotanka, or Sitting Bull. Open to the kindness, quiet, silence, and gentleness inside your own heart. For it is here, when you quietly tune to Mother Earth, that you can hear her voice. You can hear her beautiful songs of love that she sings to her minerals and crystal children. Hear the beautiful ballads and mystical plaintive chants that she sings to her waters, earth, air, fire, ether, and the great strong healing melodies that she sings to all her bereaved and sickened animals who long for and need her loving chants and melodies. You can hear her also in the sighing winds as she cries for her own creatures and children, including you. And next we have truth, the sixth, with a quote from Deganawideh, the Peacemaker. The Deganawideh of the Deganawideh of all peoples and indigenous peoples are worth. This great law of peace from the Great Spirit is perfect, balanced, true, and right in every way. It is just. Only when each person has the living laws of peace within their own heart, thoughts, words, and actions will there be lasting peace among the nations of the earth. And finally, the seventh, and perhaps the greatest of the teachings of Sacred Way of Mother Earth and all our relations, is love, with a quote from Tashunka Wheatco, Crazy Horse. I have been called the greatest warrior among all our relations. This may be so. What I have learned to conquer were the challenges to my heart unity within my chest. Self-confidence and love strengthen everything inside you. This you can also do, my sister and brother. This is the time to continue your good red road journey while still in the body. Well, there we have it for now. Om Namah Shivaya, or as we say, Ona Skana, Ona Kiwahi, Skana Goa. All blessings, all love. May the seven sacred teachings come into your heart in all ways.